Eric English has been banned from Instagram. At least that is what we think has happened. I've had some secret information letting me know what's going on. Eric English isn't the one that's calling up peptide sites saying, "Can you sponsor me?" He was promoting a peptide site on IG. A reminder, Eric English is only 16 years of age. When I saw this, I took all of the photos and I immediately sent everything to Noel Diesel. Noel then made a video on Instagram, and essentially everyone in agreement that this is crossing the line. For a peptide company to pay off a 16-year-old to promote something of which, when you clicked on it, you had to be 21 years of age to enter, well, that is going too far. Peptides are for adults. And so if you are 16, you have no business promoting, buying from, going to, or doing anything revolving around peptides. You're too young. Now, Eric, we all know that he's blasting steroids. Perhaps it's also SARMs. I do not know. If you own a peptide company and you go out and search out 16-year-olds in order to promote it, well, shame on you. And if you're buying from this company, you are no better. You can go to other sites. There are plenty of peptide sites out there. Obviously, I have my own with AlgoRx, where it's only FDA approved. We're not selling to 16-year-olds. We're not going to sell you Retta or anything that isn't above board. Following this video, as well as the video I posted on YouTube in regards to all of this, Eric English's channel was no longer to be seen. Now, it is possible that Eric said, you know what? I'm going to take my channel down. I don't want any of the hate. Perhaps a lot of people are going to go to his channel and say, hey, this isn't a good look. But remember, this is a 16-year-old. He doesn't actually know any better. And on top of that, when you're abusing steroids, it alters your mind. It makes you think differently. You may not believe it. You might just think, oh, it just builds bigger muscles, gives you acne, losing your hair, causing you to get gyno, and ruins your life. It's more than that. It can actually affect your brain. My opinion, as well as Noel Diesel, is it isn't Eric's fault. Just because it isn't his fault doesn't mean he doesn't have to suffer any consequences. And this consequence of losing a channel when you have 1.8 million followers is huge. But hopefully, Eric is going to make a huge comeback. We're hoping and praying that he decides to go natural, to stop using and abusing performance-enhancing drugs and staying far away from SARMs until at least he's an adult.
And unfortunately, Eric is a victim of the current fitness industry.
I do agree with him. Although he is making his own choices, those choices are influenced by many others. For example, if Young LA doesn't care if he's using steroids, if other fitness influencers are promoting the use of steroids, SARMs, peptides, all of these things, then of course he's going to want to keep doing it. What teenager doesn't want to be popular, to be famous, to have money? Imagine if you were in his footsteps. It would be very difficult to say no. Goob writes, Noel, you are one of my favorite people in the fitness space. You have always been a beacon of right and wrong. I love your take here. Tristan Lee writes, it used to be about bettering yourself and the people around you. I hate what this industry has become. I've had some secret information letting me know what's going on. And so Eric English isn't the one that's calling up peptide sites saying, can you sponsor me? It's not like it's Eric finding these deals. What many athletes, such as Eric, has is what's called a manager. Somebody who is looking out for them, who's getting them deals and takes a cut of that, as in a piece of the pie. And so if a manager comes up with a deal and says, hey, if you post this, you will get $10,000. If they decide to post that, then that person might get 20, perhaps 30%. And so the manager is calling various companies, peptide companies, supplement sponsor, whatever, saying, do you want my athlete to promote you? And they're thinking, yes, of course I do. And so what typically would happen is the manager would say, Eric, I got this deal. For example, it's $10,000. If you do this post, they're going to pay you $10K. You don't have to say you're using the peptides. You don't have to do any research on this. You don't have to say how great they are. You just have to post this and it's $10K. I'll keep 30%. And so the manager is trying to fill in their pockets. Now, normally, a manager would think, you know what? It's a peptide company. He's 16. I'm not going to go there. This is going too far. But this manager, they don't care. I tried to say, well, my opinion, it still relies on the parents. The father who's still around. Unfortunately, the mom is no longer with us. Here's the problem. What I'm reading is that we have one parent who has multiple children and is essentially saying yes to everything. And I tend to believe it. What parent do you know, think of all the parents that you're aware of, would allow their 16-year-old to use performance-enhancing drugs? There is no way he doesn't know this. If he doesn't know this, he could simply say to his child, we're going to do a drug test. We're going to get your blood work. There's no way he couldn't find out. And as a dad, it is your responsibility to look after your son. By allowing him to use and abuse performance-enhancing drugs, to me, this is no different than allowing to use recreational drugs. Any drug is a drug. At 16, you're far too young to be making these kinds of decisions. And so if you're not willing to look after that child, you don't deserve to have that child. And so if Eric, 10 years from now, is getting heart attacks and so on from using and abusing steroids, it's on the parent. The parent's responsibility is to take care of their child. In my opinion, Instagram, it did the right thing. We don't want this kind of promotion to our youth, to a site that clearly stated 21 years and older. He's 16. Make it make sense. I don't think he should be banned forever. I believe that what they should do is say, you're going to be banned for 90 days. Let this be a lesson. You're a young man. You have your whole life ahead of you. And we need you to learn from this. And we need to show other creators that they cannot get used to this. And we need to show other creators that you cannot get away with this. Because once it starts with Eric, every other child is going to want the same thing. Hey, where's my gambling promotion? Where's my peptide sponsorship? Why can't I promote OF? Do we really want 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, any of these teenagers promoting this shit? It's possible that he's been deactivated due to all of the backlash. I don't know for certain if he's been banned. I do hope that eventually he'll be able to get his channel back, and if it isn't banned, that he will put it back up, and perhaps he can make a post and say, I'd like to apologize, and no, not like Conor McGregor, not for doing absolutely nothing, for promoting peptides at 16. Algo RX, it's all above board, FDA approved, doctor prescribed from compounding pharmacies for adults. This is not for teenagers. There are no peptides that you should be out getting as a teenager unless, of course, your doctor is prescribing it for you. But if you're just some bro in the gym and you want to get a six-pack, it's not for you. Guys, 16-year-olds shouldn't even be using Turk Builder Max. You're too young. Go to the gym, train, and wait until you're older. Once you reach a plateau, your natural genetic limit, then of course use supplements. But at that point, you will be an adult. If you have more information to share, of course, post in the comments section. Do you think it's Eric's fault? Do you think it's his dad's fault? Is it the manager's fault? Is it my fault? Is it Noel's fault? Whose fault is it? Is everybody's fault. Hopefully, Noel continues to post videos like this to deter people from doing all this crazy shit in the fitness industry. We need to bring the fitness industry back. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algo. Algo is for Algo RX. Don't forget to watch the tube loops right now. If you want to be sponsored or be an ambassador of HDLT supplements, click the link. You want to be coached by myself or myself and my team, the link is there as well. And if you want to carry all these amazing supplements in your stores or gym, again, the link is right there. And until next time, je suis parti.